The dugout makes 2 changes from the previous game at home to Harborough. Attacking pair Joseph Agambiade and Muzi Nduda both drop out of the starting 11, with Jaden Marsh given a chance up top alongside Brian and Love, and Karabo Motsveni lining up on the wing. Junior Yordi pushes up to a right midfield position to accommodate the switch to a back 4. 3 points are a must for Biggleswade, who arrive at the Butts Park Arena just 3 points above the drop zone. They did give promoted Hinckley LRFC a run for their money last time out, losing 2-1 at home, and there's just 2 changes from that starting lineup as goal scorer Markel Cousins drops out and Kwabena Boateng serves a suspension following a red card at Second Meadow. In come defender Cade Stevens Abbey and forward Charlie Black. Welcome one and all to a big day at the Butts Park Arena, the final home game of the 2021-22 season. I cannot believe I'm saying that already. It has been a roller coaster campaign. There's been good days, there's been bad days, there's been very good days, there's been very bad days, but we've got here intact. We're all together one more time under the beautiful spring sky on this summery April afternoon. Coventry United versus Biggleswade United. Let's take you through the starting lineups for Biggleswade today. Number 1, Michael Hudson. 2, Axel Anpadu. 3, Cameron Hyde. 4, Connor Inskip. 5, Cade Stevens Abbey. Number 6, Joe Gord. 7, Josh Sterniolo. Number 8, Gareth Hunt. 9, Taylor Riney. 10, Jaden Irish. And 11, Charlie Black. And for Coventry United, Chris Roscoe, Callum Ray, Archie Bales, Riley Devoyle, Tyler Donaldson, Archie Crover, Junior Yorley, Karabo Motsveni, Jaden Marsh, Renato Prifty, and Brian and Love. One last time this season at the Butts Park Arena. We are ready to go. Coventry United in their home strip of red and green, and Biggleswade in a changed strip of royal blue with black shorts and blue socks. They do tend to play in blue and red, but of course that is not going to be the best colour combination against the red and greens of Coventry United. The goalkeepers, Chris Roscoe in pink, and the number 1 for Biggleswade, Michael Hudson, is in yellow and black. Some like those colours in Coventry, some don't. Well, let's get this party started. Let's hope the red and greens can go out on a high. United kicking from left to right. And the action is ready to go. Here's Riley Devoyle for the red and greens. Bales. Picked up by Axel Ampadu. And shielded into touch by Ampadu with a challenge from Archie Bales. So Ampadu a throw just up line from his own half. Here's Sterniolo. Backs into the United challenge and loses out to Bales. Now it's with Unlove. Motsveni loses out in the midfield. Through ball to Jaden Irish. Real opportunity for Tyler Riney early on. Spurned by Chris Roscoe. It's put into the back of the net, but the offside flag is raised. And a huge let-off inside the first 2 minutes of Coventry United as Charlie Black put the ball over the line, sparing the blushes of Roscoe, was the linesman on the far side. Ray. A bit of a shirt pull there on the Coventry number 9, Jaden Marsh. Referee says no. Hyde. Crossfield ball. Riney's there. Dinks it past Roscoe, but kept off the line by an astute Archie Crover. All the early going the way of Biggleswade, who gave Hinckley LRFC a real shock last week. It's fired past the post by Jaden Irish, but an early signal of intent from the struggling side, just 3 points above the relegation zone. They have to win today. For Coventry United, they are guaranteed to finish no lower than 8th. A strong season for United, not quite as strong as they would have liked. It is going to be the first time in United's history that they finished below Spinks in the same league. But they are prepared to go for another round next season. It's always difficult coming into a brand new league. Here's Riley DeVoyle. Thumped upfield by Gorge, playing at centre-back. Barrett came from by Callum Ray. Bit of head tears going on in the midfield, eventually brought down by Irish. Overlapping run being made by Cameron Hyde. Hyde looking for an option. He's got Riley at the far post. It's blocked off by Callum Ray, who was the skipper of United last week. And that's going to go out for a Biggleswade corner on the left-hand side. Captain Gareth Hunt on the edge of the penalty area for a potential Paul Scholes-esque strike. Covered off by Karabo Motsveni. What's that far post? An unchallenged header away by Ray. A bit of a barge into the side there from Jaden Marsh on Connor Inskip. Results in a free kick halfway into the United half of the field. Standing over it, Hyde and Black. Chance for a cross on the left-hand side, perhaps for Jaden Irish if they decide to go down that route. Hyde, diverted away by Brian and Love. You have to get up pretty early in the morning to catch him out. Ampadu, only onto the chest of Archie Bales, a mainstay in the United side lately at left-back. Motsveni just flicks off the head of the defender there, and Love snatched from behind by Jaden Irish. And now Biggleswade will look to calm things down. United, of course, without their first-team coach, Ivor Lawson, today, enjoying a very well-earned holiday in Spain. We'll also be missing the Spinks game on Monday. But I think we can all agree that Ivor's earned a rest. He's back for Ainsbury next week. You are listening today, Ivor. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Have a sangria for me, mate. Motsveni plays a 1-2 with Riley DeVoyle. There's space on the left-hand side for Brian and Love. United trying to thread it through to another bit more today. On by Prifty. Marsh. The return ball, not quite what he wanted, but the defender has given it on a plate back to Marsh. Couldn't control, and Biggleswade escape. 5 minutes gone, it's still 0-0, but here come Biggleswade. It's the battle of the two Uniteds today, and Crover will actually keep that in. Well, in fact, now it's gone out for a throw-in. It looks like it bounced off the flag as he went shoulder to shoulder with Taylor Riney. Bumped into the area rather aimlessly from the right-hand side. Tyler Donaldson playing it right back today. Will shepherd that one into touch. A little bit of a shove in the back there from Charlie Black, but that's not going to bother Donaldson in the slightest. Here's Marsh. Overhead kick for Brian and Love to chase. One in the air by Gorge. Stevens Abbey, and Brian and Love may have got on the end of it. He does get the shots away. They look like a bit of a toe poke there. He just stretched to get there first ahead of the Biggleswade defender. Easy pickings for the shot stopper. Ray gets back on his feet after the challenge from Charlie Black. Oh, I just flicked off the heel of Gareth Hunt as it's laid into the area by Black. Roscoe with safe hands. No championship action, of course, today. So Coventry City will not be playing. They actually won the M6 derby yesterday, 4-2. We will keep you up to date with whatever is happening around the grounds on this bank holiday weekend. Ray with the ball safely back in the United half of the field. Here's DeVoyle. Motsveni playing more centrally than usual. Did lose out to Hunt, but gets there ahead of Black, who stumbled to the floor there. Hope he's okay. DeVoyle onto the halfway line with Renato Prifty. DeVoyle. Now Bales, and Love wants it. Doesn't Love get it? Yes, he does, and it's taken out for the corner on the challenge by Cade Stevens-Abbey. Oh, and Love has scored 1 goal at home this season. Dare we hope for a second? His fan club is right in front of the CUTV camera. So 1 full-time score to bring you from the Premier League. A surprise one, Tottenham losing in the 90th minute to a Trossard goal against Brighton. Could blow the top 4 race wide open. DeVoyle standing over it. Donaldson at the far post, gets ahead to it, but doesn't send it goal bound. Goal kick. The FA Cup semi-final between Manchester City and Liverpool kicks off at 5:30. And there's been a goal at Old Trafford. Manchester United lead Norwich by 1-0. Cristiano Ronaldo finally rediscovering his goal-scoring form. It's a 0-0 between Southampton and Arsenal, and Watford and Brentford also drawing 0-0. And I can hear the closet Chelsea fan Connor talking next to me. Don't worry, players are going to whoop your ass tomorrow anyway. If they can do it to Arsenal and City, they can do it to you lot. Crover. Pinballing through the midfield, eventually lofted over to the right-hand side by Gorge. Biggleswade's early momentum seems to have dissipated. United enjoying a good spell of attacking play, but a slide in by Riley DeVoyle on Josh Sterniolo brings that to a close. Halfway into Coventry territory, it will be a free kick. DeVoyle makes his apologies. Could we see the first booking of the match? And it is going to be a yellow card, is it? No, it's not, no. Just a stern ticking off for young Riley DeVoyle. Still a teenager, but already one of the leaders of this Coventry United team. Well, these lads can't even drive yet, so what they've been able to achieve over the last few months is nothing short of astonishing. Don't follow them, Roy, you know that. Hunt. Up and out. Ray will let that one bounce out for a goal kick. It was aimed towards, I think it was for Joe Gorge. It's needless to say, he was not found. Ray sticks his laces through that one, and he's not going to find a red shirt either. Gorge will let that one bounce harmlessly back to the Biggleswade number 1. That's Michael Hudson between the sticks. The last time United and Biggleswade met at Second Meadow, it ended 6-1 to Coventry United. Double for Riley DeVoyle, 2 for Kyle Carey, and a stunning goal from Chris Canwell, sealing the deal there. And Archie Bales has been taken out, and somehow the referee's given it in favour of Biggleswade. Well, Bales was there minding his own business, and then Taylor Rainey seems to have slipped and then fallen into the knee of Bales. How can that constitute a free kick to Biggleswade? Answers on a postcard. Well, I must say that is one of the more confusing refereeing decisions we've seen at the Butts Park Arena this season, and there have been many of them. It's the final home fixture of the Coventry United season. And do you know how many penalties we've had? None. Not one. In 35 league matches, how many cup games? We've not had a single penalty. And we should have had about 20. So, if you don't know already, Alvin Lawson is taking a break today. Craig Jones, a.k.a. Jonah, is in charge. He's assisted by Mike Barrowman in the technical area. Dan White, as always, there with his trusty magic sponge. So after that brief delay, Bales is back on his feet, and a bemused Coventry United will set up for this free kick, a phantom free kick, I think we can call it. They'll be absolutely distraught if they concede from here, and it is going to be Gareth Hunt to try and ensure that they do concede. It's towards Gorge at the far post, headed across. Sterniolo, overhead kick. Black, brilliant save. The near post by Chris Roscoe, denying Cade Stevens Abbey. But straight back into the danger zone. Sterniolo volleys it back. Crover only as far as Riney. Taylor Riney. Bales trying to cover him off, still Riney. Low drive and diverted away by Crover. There's Motsveni. Hunt keeps it alive. Sterniolo covered up by Bales and Motsveni, and it reaches Brian and Love, who's playing a bit of a defensive midfield role at the moment. And finally, the danger is over for the Red and Greens. Danger which really should not have happened. Prifty looking for options, is approaching the right, was covered off. So we'll go to Devoe, who slips as he finds Bales on the left, taking on Ampadu. First time cross. Gorge with the volley away. Will it be straight back to Bales? It'll be a free kick. It was reaching Bales, but Sterniolo sliding in. Catching Bales when the ball was gone. So a free kick. I'd say 15 yards outside the box. So a 30-yard strike from Riley Devoe coming up. Karabo Motsveni also standing over it. Dare Devoe try it? Van Sellingen, have a go. He is going to have a go. Doesn't find the net, but it's a respectable effort from the young central midfielder. Hudson. Sterniolo is there. And clattering into the back of him was Archie Bales. Referee says no foul. It's intercepted by Ampadu. Now Sterniolo trying to cushion it back to his teammate. Jaden Marsh was there, is eventually out-muscled. Hunt trying to smash it clear, but has hit Jaden Marsh in the chest. Or maybe a more delicate area. What's they say in Wimbledon? New balls, please. Well, Devoe certainly seems winded. Hunt checking on him. I don't think we're going to need a substitution here, but if United are in need of substitutions and they have Aaron Addy, Jack Bowden and James Dunn to call upon. Bowden has actually been injured for the last month or so. It's been a bit of an injury hit first season for Bowden, who progressed from the under-18s and actually finds himself as one of the more senior players in the Coventry United team at the end of the season. I don't think we were expecting that when he made his debut, which I think was actually against Biggleswade. Sterniolo, shoulder to shoulder, challenging for the side by Archie Bales. Now it's going to be a throw, level with the penalty area. Squeaky bum time for the Red and Greens as Ampadu picks up the ball. Hunt. A pirouette away from Motsveni, but fired out to the left by Bales, giving United a chance to regroup. 16 minutes gone at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United nil, Biggleswade United nil. Biggleswade came out of the box firing. United have found their way back into it. It's a very even fixture. Sifted through from Irish, looking for Sterniolo. Crover able to shield it. Sterniolo putting a boot in from behind. Only sends it out for the goal kick. Well, a lot of people to thank here at Coventry United, as emphasised in the programme. And seeing as this is the final home fixture, I'd like to say a big thank you to Connor West, Roy Eden and Jeff Bennett for being the best damn non-league team in the media this season. They have been absolutely fantastic. I look forward to seeing them again next season. And for the first time, Connor's actually brought his baby boys to the game. We've got two brand new members of the Red and Green Army. And currently they're enjoying the game by being fast asleep in the in the media room. Brian Love thought he just wrestled the ball back from Ampadu, but the referee said, this isn't the WWE, it's the UCL. Yeah, I'm here all week. Unfortunately, the team isn't. I'll just be here on Sunday morning making up rubbish commentary lines that no one's ever going to hear. Cade Stevens-Abbey standing over the ball. Just shy of the halfway line. Everyone but Gorge in the United area of the field. And here it is with Riney. Ampadu wants it back. Hunt making the run. Here is Hunt looking to square it for Cerniolo. Black's there too. Charged down by Crover. That's going to be a corner, and Crover is letting nothing past him today. No drive into the box. Stuniolo who'll get on the end of that one. It's fired away by, I think it was Tyler Donaldson who got the decisive touch on that. Junior Yawley. We're going to switch the play over to Marsh. Marsh has not been played into this game at all today. Black. Oh, nice back heel, but Yawley with the interception. Bales switches the play. Renato Prifty. Overlapping run being made by Tyler Donaldson. Donaldson and an unfamiliar right back roll in towards Brian and Love. Just flicks off the head of Axel Ampadu. Oh, Crover Motsveni trying to flick it up onto the chest, but it hit the hand as he attempted to bring it under control. It's unfortunate for the teenager. Coventry United have eased their way into this fixture. A slow start, but they are well on par with their struggling visitors. Of course, Biggleswade 3 points above the relegation zone. They look comfortable for a while, but Northampton Owen Challenge have got some crucial points as of late. So with 2 games to go after this one, they have just the 3 points in their back pocket. Teams in this scenario always find that little something extra. Will that be the case for Northampton today, or will it be the case for Biggleswade? Here's Riney, who has looked dangerous up top. Black making the overlapping run. Actually hits the leg of Black, allowing Archie Bales to collect. Corcoran pushing up. Crover, I should say. Slips it through, and Black looks over to see the flag has been raised. Still kicks the ball away. Some would give that as a yellow card. But it has been let go by the official. Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 0 after 21 minutes. We are in action again on Easter Monday, away at Coventry Spinks, our final game in Coventry this season before a trip to Amesbury next Saturday. There will be a limited Twitter activity on Monday because Connor is going to see a sport with a smaller ball than usual. He's off to see the cricket. And Love. Junior Yawley smacks the back of the left back. Marsh fell, he was impeded in the penalty area. The referee does not agree. Motsveni will keep it alive. Prifty. Little swipe from behind, takes it away from him. Here's Hyde. Cameron Hyde dinks it into the midfield for Hunt. Crover, only as far as Sterniolo, that's got to be offside, indeed it is, against Jaden Irish. A goal at Vicarage Road. Brentford may have just condemned Watford to relegation there. 1-0 up there. Christian Norgard with the goal. Donaldson playing it around at the back with Callum Ray. Roscoe chips it left for Bales under pressure from Ampadu. Over the head of Ampadu, but the right back gets there first. Inskip plays a 1-2 with Sterniolo. Black now in a more central role. Looks like they're playing a diamond midfield at the moment. Sterniolo. Donaldson prevents him from reaching Cameron Hyde. Good strong header. Junior Yawley battling with Irish. Irish has won it back, but cannons off Yawley over the far side of the field for a throw-in for Biggleswade, level with the penalty area. Both forward lines frustrated this far. It has been a defender's match. Ampadu. Now Inskip. Ampadu again. Cannons off Crover. That will be a corner kick for Biggleswade. Heading on over to take it is Cameron Hyde, who plays it short, is Black. Good striker there by Hyde, but equal to the test is Chris Roscoe. He stepped up to his role as number one in recent months. It's Hyde once more, looking to give United a kick in the Hyde. It's gone all the way through. Will it be collected by Gorge? Yes, it will, just about. Finds Jaden Irish. Jockeying position with Motsveni, headed away by Devoyle, but only as far as Hyde again. Hyde, not with the same conviction as his last effort. That's a goal kick with 20 minutes to go until half-time. Crover. Now to building from the back again. Here's Riley Devoyle. Roscoe. Now Ray. Junior Yawley, an unfamiliar midfield role today, but he is thriving in it. Great space for Karabo Motsveni. Prifty. On the left is Brian and Love. Prifty, we know he's got a shot on him. Charged down by the defender. I think it was Connor Inskip with a crucial touch. Devoyle keeping it alive, slides in, but coming away with it. Jaden Irish. Receive from Josh Sterniolo. Sterniolo. Riley on the left side of the box. Will he create or shoot? Taking on Ray. Wins that battle. Lays it off. Inskip. Hunt was there, but it's out wide with Axel Ampadu. Riley's there, unchallenged header by Ray. Jaden Irish may think about the strike, doesn't think twice, but a wayward effort from the Biggleswade number 10 will cause no sleepless nights for Roscoe, who wants more from his defenders. We will be taking a break at half-time for around 10 minutes, so make sure to get yourself a glass of something cold or a mug of something hot. And be back here for 4 o'clock for the final 45 minutes of the home season for Coventry United before the games against Spinks and Amesbury next week to round off well, let's just say an up and down season for Coventry United, shall we say. Motsveni, that could be a great ball for Tyler Donaldson. They're heading across his Hyde. And Hyde has done brilliantly there to blast it away from the onrushing Donaldson. But Donaldson, you have to give credit for forcing him into that move. Donaldson looking for options. He's got Prifty there, but finds Karabo Motsveni. Back to the taker, Donaldson. Needs options. Will he go for the cross himself? No, he'll find Motsveni. A slip by Donaldson. Prevents the 1-2 option. Swung in by Motsveni, but easy pickings for Michael Hudson. Another side have particularly tested either goalkeeper. I'll tell you it's been Roscoe who's been busier, but he has been equal to everything. Hyde. Gorge. He's got Stevens Abbey next to him, pressed all the way by Marsh and pressed into a mistake. Brian and Love picks up on the edge of the area, squares it, Prifty. Will he have a go? Yes, he will, but it cannons off the leg of Gorge. Hyde cuts in on Renato Prifty. Ampadu on the right flank. The counter is on for Biggleswade. Riney. Ampadu, great speed to match the through ball. Sterniolo! Point blank save by Chris Roscoe. And Callum Ray will clear. Exquisite shot stopping from Chris Roscoe. Take a bow. Biggleswade will be absolutely incensed. They really should be in front. A golden opportunity, but a platinum save from Roscoe. Yawley. And out on this near side from Gorge, throwing Coventry United halfway into enemy territory. And there is going to be a break here. Tyler Donaldson is down. It looks like some sort of knee injury for Tyler Donaldson. Donaldson back on his feet, both teams with an impromptu team talk and drinks break. Well, when I got out of the car here about 1 o'clock, it was 21 degrees. It's chilled down a little bit now, but it's still pretty sweltering out there. Donaldson looks fighting fit and raring to go again. So let's get ourselves back underway. The players returning to the field. And the Biggleswade manager on the pitch giving some last-minute directions to his side. But honestly, you would have bet your house on Sterniolo to hit the back of the net from there. Can't have been any more than 5 yards out. Centre of the goal. Roscoe somehow keeping him out. That's got to be a contender for save of the season. Well, it's going to be a throw-in for Coventry United. Junior Yawley with ball in hand. Jaden Marsh turns his man, looking for the cross with pressure from Hyde. Low ball put in. Swung away well, but kept alive by Yawley. Now Motsveni. Devoyle switches to Bales. Beat one, but takes it straight to Sterniolo. Riney chest control. Bales is there. Axel Ampadu takes over. And Ampadu with a little help from behind, a little push in the back from Bales, finds his way into touch. Biggleswade furious. And a yellow card for, I'm not entirely sure, was it Ampadu or Sterniolo? I'm not sure. I think it was Sterniolo. So a yellow card for dissent for Sterniolo, the number 7, who did receive a bit of a shove from Bales. But, of course, you've got to talk to the referee in a respectful manner, even if you don't agree with the decision. Muddled up by Sterniolo. And into touch, virtually the same position for another throw-in, which again will be taken by Archie Bales. There's a 1-2 with Devoyle. Brian and Love. Shoulder to shoulder with the defender and finds Jaden Marsh. Return ball. Yawley looking for her and Love. Turned away by Hyde. Kept in United possession by Devoyle. Lunging on Marsh. Referee says no foul by Hyde. Irish blocking the path of Tyler Donaldson. Motsveni returns to the right back. Lopped it in. Crucial header by Gorge. Finds Axel Ampadu, who should clear. More height than distance on that. Bales is up for it. Bales gets his head on it. And now Prifty with the opportunity from the left-hand side to cross. Will he try and take the corner? No, he'll try and cut in instead. Ampadu trying to shield it. Devoyle not giving up, but Axel Ampadu, great work. Fires up field for Charlie Black. Through ball down the right for Ryan. He was too far for the number 9 to handle. Crover. Yawley. United now calming things down with 10 minutes to go until half-time. It's Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 0. It has been an attractive game, an interesting game, but as of yet, no score. Misjudged attempt, headed by Marsh on the edge of the penalty area. Sterniolo. Looking for Riney, headed up by Archie Bales. Motsveni trying to be a bit too cheeky. Coventry have regained possession. Prifty. Donaldson. It's into the area, but it's away from Marsh. Marsh has been playing his games predominantly at left back for Coventry United, but Craig Jones has given him the chance to thrive up front. He's highly rated, Marsh, just hasn't had the chance to shine in a United shirt. Slide by Crover, takes out Black. Picked up by Irish. Jaden Irish setting himself at the opportunity. His path covered up by Devoyle and Donaldson. Cameron Hyde gets the corner, deflected out off Devoyle. Taken short by Black to Hyde. Can he set up the chance? He did set up the chance, but another poor finish. Headed over from close range for Biggleswade United. I'm sure not the finish that Cade Stevens-Abbey was hoping for. Donaldson just flicks over the head of Renato Prifty. United employing maximum pressure here. That's exactly what you want to see. Don't give up until the ball is gone. Irish on the halfway line. Gareth Hunt, the captain of Biggleswade, rolls it right into space with Axel Ampadu making progress. Slips it into the air for Irish. Callum Ray gets his foot to it first. Bales hooks it up as far as Hunt. Hunt can't control, but Motsveni won't find a route around Stevens-Abbey. But a dangerous ball back, and Brian and Love trying to take it around. The goalkeeper hits it straight into the chest of Michael Hudson. Now the other end, it's Riney. Can't hit the target either. Time to catch your breath. End-to-end stop of the Butts Park Arena. Good for the fans, not so good for the commentator. Gareth Hunt brings that loose ball down into centre circle. Now it's with Cade Stevens-Abbey. Covered up by Prifty, but doing well to march down the right. Sterniolo's in there. Callum Ray diverted out on the right side for a throw-in right in the corner, so United will have to have their wits about them. We can see Jack Bowden warming up along the touchline. He's been out for about a month with an injury, but returns to the squad for the final 3 matches of the season. Hunt. Awkward ball over the head of Ampadu, but he just stopped before he crosses the line. Drilled in by Riney, away by Crover. Hunt. Got plenty of height, plenty of distance on it, and a bit too much for the visitors' liking. Goal kick for Chris Roscoe. And Roscoe, I would say, has been man of the match so far. Some absolutely brilliant saves. He was also CUTV man of the match last time in the 4-0 defeat against Harborough. Well, Ivor Lawson gave his award to Archie Bales. The one thing I will say about United at the moment, they need a little bit more in the midfield. Jaden Iris jockeying with Tyler Donaldson on the edge of the area, sided by Donaldson, gets the ball only as far as Black. Will Ampadu reach that cross? No, he won't. Goal kick. 6 minutes to go until the break. Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 0. The final home fixture of the 2021-22 United Counties League Premier Division South season. We are away for the final 2 games of the campaign, the first of which being on Monday at Coventry Spinks, before a long trip to Amesbury next Saturday. Cameron Hyde cutting in on Junior Yawley, just into United territory, and he's certainly got some distance on this run. Donaldson with the lunge in and takes the ball out for a corner. Donaldson, a very calm head at the back for the Red and Greens. Started this season as a rookie, is ending it as a mainstay in the Red and Greens back line. Charlie Black hogging towards that far post where Riney's waiting. Crover's header, DeVoyle's volley. Sent back in by Ampadu. Did Black come from an offside position? No, he didn't. And headed over by Sterniolo. Well, now the flag is raised. Bit of indecision from the assistant, giving Biggleswade the chance, but eventually it was decided it wouldn't have counted anyway. We are going off air in 5 minutes. The end of the first half, so we'll be back here for 4 o'clock for the conclusion of this thrilling fixture. Sterniolo right on the United's doorstep, but Callum Ray's up there, another contender for the Man of the Match award. Heading it back to Riley DeVoyle. He'll get to the end of that goal kick. Prifty to Marsh. Will he slip it through for another? Another go himself, nearly catching Al Hudson. Whatever you're expecting the ball to find its way through the defence, but was able to prevent a catastrophe for Biggleswade. Irish deflects off Marsh and falls beautifully for Hyde. Stab in by Ray, nothing doing, and that is a sensational finish and a crucial, crucial goal for Cameron Hyde and Biggleswade United. United had several swipes at the left back trying to end his route to the net, but they could do nothing to prevent Hyde from reaching the area and thumping it past Roscoe. Hyde nearly bursting the net, and that goal could seal Biggleswade's place in the UCL Premier Division South for next season. Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 1. A huge moment for the visitors. An even game, but in even games, you're not always guaranteed a draw. Well, that will give United all the momentum they need to come back from this. Craig Jones with his team talk coming up too. A test of character for the coach, test of character for the players. It could get even worse. Roscoe making sure that Riley didn't double Biggleswade's advantage within 30 seconds of the last goal. Now United's task could well be to make sure it's 1-0 heading into the break. Delivery from the right. Strong header up by Prifty. Looks to see where the ball's gone. It's out for another corner. That's went to the final minutes of normal time. Old Trafford, it's 2-0 Manchester United. Another goal from Ronaldo. And Liverpool lead Manchester City at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final. Goal scored by Kanate. The corner comes to nothing. Black trying to send it back into the danger zone, but not successfully, it must be said. Roscoe down the centre of the park, and United craft an opportunity before the break. They haven't really forced Hudson into a big save. They've had their opportunities, but it has been a relatively quiet afternoon for Hudson. Let's see if the red and greens can change that. It's Jaden Marsh down the right. Has he kept it in? Well, he did, but at the expense of giving it away to the goal scorer, Hyde. Off balance, he was unable to get to the ball first. Here's Ray at the other end of the park, following the clearance onto the head of Gorge, the centre-back. Motsveni rolls up onto the chest. Didn't reach Yorley. Stepping in was Inskip. And Biggleswade on top at the moment as we draw to the end of the first half. Can United get a goal against the run of play? It's Archie Bales. Curls that cross behind the goal. We are now into added time. That should be the end of the opportunities for Coventry United before the half-time whistle. Connor's proud that he's got the timer on 45.0002. Unless you get it dead on, it don't count. Yeah, if I didn't see it, it didn't happen. He always claims he gets it at the ladies' games. I've never seen him do it. Prifty bouncing about the midfield like a pinball there between the Biggleswade players. Roscoe to Karabo Motsveni. Devoyle now with Bales. It's behind Jaden Marsh. Rolls out for the throw-in on this near side, coming to the end of the second minute of added time. Run by Hyde, there it goes. Ray. Donaldson. Karabo Motsveni. Brian Love receives on the edge of the area, covered up by Stevens Abbey. Motsveni. Yorley was the target, but covered up by Gorge. And the referee's whistle stays silent. Tapped up by Ampadu, that throw from Bales. Maybe one last opportunity before the break for Craig Jones' team. No, it's straight to the feet of Hunt, that throw. Tracking back to get it is Renato Prifty, now Crover. Crover opens up some space away from Riney. Motsveni. Now Devoyle darting through the midfield. Donaldson. The fans want it in the box, but they've got to get there first. Rolly DeVoyle, trapped in the corner, and can't find the route out thanks to Charlie Black. Hyde finishes the job, but Bales picks it up ahead of Riley. Biggleswade pushing everyone back to ensure they don't concede before the break. Sliding on Bales, takes the ball cleanly, but Bales is down injured. The referee lets play continue. It's not a head injury, so there's no necessity for him to call play to a halt. Cerniolo receives the cushion from Irish. Cerniolo into the hands of Roscoe. And now the referee will check on Bales. And blows the half-time whistle with Biggleswade leading by 1-0. Archie Bales will receive some treatment before he heads back to the dressing room. Hopefully he is okay to continue. But the half-time score, Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 1. That's the half-time score here on CUTV. We're back in 10 minutes. We're back here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook for the exciting conclusion of this final home fixture of the United Counties League season. Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 1. Goal from Cameron High, the difference between the two sides at the break. Doesn't appear to be any changes at the break. Archie Bales will be able to continue after going down at the end of the first half. Let's see what the final 45 minutes has in store for us here at the Butts Park Arena. Well, let's go. Taylor Riley getting us underway. As we said before the game, 3 points for Biggleswade would lead them 6 points clear of Northampton Owen Chenocks. Be a massive result for the away side. Here's Renato Prifty in the centre circle. United look to fight back from that half-time deficit. Donaldson into the back line with Callum Ray. Got over to Archie Bales, brought the ball down, but it spun away from his boot. And that's going to be a throw-in, 5 yards into Coventry territory. Ampadu with ball in hand, taking a few yards with this throw. Riney, stretch from what's running, not enough. Hunt back to Riney, who got a final touch on that. Rolly DeVoyle, who stepped in for the challenge. So halfway now into United lines, it's going to be Ampadu again. Axel Ampadu, returned by Riney. First time cross by Ampadu, or was it a shot? Either way, it's ended up out for a goal kick. It doesn't matter what the intention was, it's the results that count. Played short by Roscoe, who has made some incredible saves today. Bales receives from Crover, and now darting down the left is Brian and Love. He's got the corner out of it as he tried to cut past Cade Stevens-Abbey on his route into the box from the left-hand side. Carabo Motsveni will place the ball, and he's going to leave it for Riley DeVoyle. DeVoyle with the opportunity to equalise for Coventry United with this cross. Out comes goalkeeper Hudson, gets enough on it to clear. Marsh runs into Hunt, and now it's counter time for Biggleswade. Black receives from Irish. Was Ronnie offside? It doesn't matter anyway, as it's collected by Chris Roscoe. Riney applauding his teammate Black for the ball. Thrifty skipping through several challenges. Advantage given, he's eventually bundled over by a combination of Gorge and Ampadu. In shooting position, I must say, as well. It looks like it's a secondary foul that the referee is going to be calling upon, which is closer to the penalty area. The original infringement took place about on the halfway line. I don't think Roy DeVoyle is going to try it from here. So he's going to try and find a red shirt in there. Brandon Love is the standout target that comes out to Renato Prifty. It was dipping, but it's hit the roof of the net and bounced back into play for a goal kick. It was dipping, but not dipping enough. So roll out now with Gorge, the centre-back for Biggleswade United. They'll be very pleased with this scoreline. They suffered a 6-1 hammering at home to a very different-looking Coventry United team in their last meeting with the Red and Greens at Second Meadow. Hunt. Hyde looking for a spectacular second, but a sloppy finish from the left-back. You should have just the 3 options from the bench today, those being Aaron Addy, James Dunn and Jack Bowden. Bowden really the only attacking option from that list. And on the bench for Biggleswade are El Hwabi, Keane, McKenzie and Andrews. Hyde back on the attack. And it's out for a goal kick, I believe. Indeed it is. It was caught by Roscoe, but Roscoe was over the line when he made contact with it. He's across the penalty area to Crover. Roscoe under pressure, closed down by Black. First time clearance. Kept alive by Sconiello. Black's offside, can't do anything with it. Ray lets it bounce back to Roscoe. The 5 minutes of the second half. It's still Coventry United 0, Biggleswade United 1. Coventry can't find their way out, and it's offside against Riney while the United man falls to the ground. That's Jaden Marsh, I believe. Marsh staying on his feet until he wasn't needed anymore. So a Coventry substitution may be required. If Marsh can't continue, the logical option would be to bring on Jack Bowden. He does usually like to play on the wing in a front three, and it does look like Bowden is getting ready. He's got his training shirt off, and he is getting the number 14 shirt on. So it appears to me that Jaden Marsh is going to be leaving the field and Jack Bowden will be replacing him in what should be a straight swap. And Marsh is helped off the field by Dan White, the United physio. Real battle for Marsh today. So number 9, Jaden Marsh, replaced by number 14, Jack Bowden. After a couple of minutes of stoppage, the ball is rolling again with Callum Ray on the right side of the United half. Bowden sending Hunt to the ground with a neat bit of trickery. Pretty plays on 1-2 with Karabo Motsveni. Bowden swipes it to Bales. At the far post is Donaldson. Cushions it down for Brian and Love. Couldn't keep the effort down. But Bowden's assistance already paying dividends for the Red and Greens. Could that be a signal of things to come? Bowden really a player that he can build a team around. He has grown in leaps and bounds this season, making his debut against Biggleswade as a shy, timid teenager from the under-18 side. Now look at him. He oozes confidence. Riney, Biggleswade don't want to take any unnecessary risks. They've got a 1-0 lead. It could be the difference between relegation and survival. Hunt. And it's Bowden with the interception. Plays a 1-2 across and Motsveni. Brian and Love waiting for the through ball. It's Jack Bowden trying to dink it through. Hit the shoulder of Gorge. Bowden will keep it in. Now Donaldson. Coventry just waiting for the right chance to pounce. Now creating space again for Bowden on the right flank. Bowden's ball. And Love was waiting if the goalkeeper floundered. He didn't. Launched out onto the head of Archie Crover. Bale should get there. And here come Coventry United. The momentum firmly with the Red and Greens at this time. Bale's looking for the pass to Renato Prifty. Sconiolo intercepted and puts it out off Bales, a decision that the United fans do not like. Sconiolo on the line. It looked like he took a deflection off him. Was he over the line when the ball touched him? Referee says no. And we'll get underway again through Axel Ampadu. Throws it at the feet of Sconiolo, who goes to the ground under the challenge of Motsveni. Motsveni plays a 1-2 with Renato Prifty. Bones got space in the middle. Urged to shoot by our media officer, Connor West. He is going to have a go. Deflected handball claims on Cade Stevens Abbey. It's not going to result in anything. Did United have a case? His arms were relatively close to his midsection. Hunt, as Biggleswade try and bring the game back into order. Since Bones come on the field, it's been an electric display from Coventry United as Junior Yawley hands all over Irish. Hyde, his goal the difference. Charged down by Yawley. Bowden. You can tell how desperate he is to get back in the action after a spell on the sidelines. Motsveni. Here's Bowden. And Hunt getting his body between player and ball. And goes to ground rather easily, I thought, but the referee has now called for it. Arm in the back maybe from Junior Yawley, nothing more than that. Yawley playing the right side of a four-man midfield with... also a five-man midfield, actually, with Devoyle playing in CDM. Two central midfielders of Bowden and Prifty. Then you've got Yawley and Motsveni on either side. I think there's a Biggleswade change coming up as well. There was just making some changes to the subs board. Yawley with a stern challenge on Irish. Referee says no foul as the number 10 went to ground. Unlove holds up play well, looking for the through ball to Tyler Donaldson, but Donaldson had halted the run, makes his apologies to the United veteran. It's not all been about the players on the field today. We've had 60 players involved in League and Cup competition this season. I think that's a Coventry United record. So thank you to everyone who has put on a red shirt and green shorts this season. Your service really is appreciated. But we've also got to say, what an incredible journey these lads have been on. Most of them teenagers, with a bit of help from the senior guard, the likes of Motsveni and Love and Duna. They have been absolutely phenomenal, and they have very, very bright futures. Craver. Prifty. We recreate that strike against Potton. Couldn't find a route and he wanted the foul, but it was fair game. He was just blocked out of the box. Good defending from Biggleswade United. It's safely back with Roscoe on the edge of his area. Bales turns on the spot. Now Renato Prifty. Devoyle finds Prifty again despite the slide of the midfielder. Brian and Love, will he beat the goalkeeper to it? Yes, he will, but he needs options. Keeper out of position, Motsveni. Donaldson gets the header away, but wide at the near post. Michael Hudson caught in no man's land. The Red Greens couldn't quite punish him, but could that decision-making factor in later in the game? And a change coming now for Biggleswade United. It's Josh Sterniolo leaving the field and Kai Andrews replacing him. So Andrews on. It looks like a straight swap to me. Andrews pushing further up the field. Cerniolo taking a well-earned rest after a pretty impressive display. Hudson's clearance. Bales hooks it up the left-hand side. Defenders enough to clear, only as far as Crover. Artie Crover, will he meet the run of Ty Donaldson? Nearly Hyde, just able to get there, but at the expense of a throw, levelled the penalty area right in the corner. A throw by Donaldson, straight to the foot of Hyde. Bowden trying to keep it alive, but couldn't do it on his own. Here's Irish. Hopped his run across the Hunt. Nearly, it's across the Biggleswade captain. An advantage given as Prifty was tripped on the way out. Here is Renato Prifty, takes a deflection of Ampadu, and the referee has given a free kick to Coventry United, as I think it was Inskip who tripped Prifty after the ball had gone. And Roy is teasing the fans again. And a yellow card for Inskip. Half an hour to play of the home season here on CUTV. Riley DeVoyle ready with the free kick. Three-man wall of Hunt, Black and Andrews awaiting DeVoyle. It certainly is within shooting range. If he can get it on target, he's always got a chance. It is on target, is it? No! Well, it was on target. Actually, it was tipped around by Hudson. The reflexes of the Biggleswade #1 preventing DeVoyle from scoring what would have been a fabulous free kick. DeVoyle. And Love heads it home! Brian and Love, the most popular goal scorer of the season, has got his second at the Butts Park Arena after breaking his duck against Potton. Not the hardest goal he's ever going to score. It's all about being in the right place at the right time, getting his bonce on the ball, leaving Hudson wrong-footed. Coventry United equalise at the Butts Park Arena, and the Unloved fan club is in full voice again. Coventry United 1, Biggleswade United 1. Well, there's smiles on faces now around the Butts Park Arena. Brian and Love, the Red and Green's legend, equalising on this, the final home fixture of the season. His second goal of the season as well. He was only brought in to provide some backup at the time, but now finds himself as United's first choice striker. And here come Coventry again with Donaldson. There's an option in there in Junior Yawley. Donaldson taken out on the slide and stays down, holding his shoulder. And the referee's going to have to call this one to a halt. It actually looks like it's a problem with the lower body. It looks like the leg. He went down holding his shoulder first, maybe a bit of a stinger to the shoulder, but Dan White now is on the field. That magic sponge works every time. I've seen broken legs healed with that thing. Well, I think it's safe to say we know who's going through to the final of the FA Cup. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 3. 2 goals from Mane and 1 from Kanate. In the Premier League, still 2... refresh the scores, actually. In fact, well, it's not 2-0 Manchester United. Now it's Manchester United 2, Norwich 2. And Connor West has just... Oh, the look, you should see the look on his face. Oh, my. Oh, wow. Keenan Dow and Timu Pukki have made it 2-2. We're both Coventry fans, but we've both got Premier League teams. He supports Chelsea, and I support Man United. And every time one of our teams bins it, well, let's just say you don't want to be around the other one. I'm just glad he's not going back to the Albany after the game. Elsewhere, Southampton lead Arsenal by 1-0. Get out of jail free card there for Spurs, with Bednarek scoring, and it's 1-1 between Watford and Brentford. We're coming up to the last 25 minutes here on CUTV. Donaldson is now back on the field with that little injury delay, and the red and green's back to full strength and back on the attack. Here's Motsveni. Prifty pirouettes away from Ampadu, looking for Brian and Love, connects with the heel of the defender, and again, Motsveni looking for Brian and Love again. It's Stevens Abbey preventing the ball from finding the Coventry veteran, Devoyle. Now Prifty. It's all Coventry United in this second half. Renato Prifty, now Karabo Motsveni, kills it in, Bowden's header, straight to Hudson. He heads it left, it's a goal, he heads it right. It's the goalkeeper's ball, and unfortunately Bowden chose right. Tracking back now, Archie Crover at centre-back. Bowden's back there for the seconds, and falling into his back was Hunt. Hunt making his apologies to the teenager. And here comes another change for Biggleswade United. It's the end of the afternoon for Hunt. Gareth Hunt replaced by Milo Keane. So the captain's armband will now be given to Jaden Irish as Hunt makes way. And again, it's Milo Keane coming on. And a third and final change for Biggleswade as Jamail McKenzie will be replacing Charlie Black. There's Charlie Black going off, number 11. So that is all of Biggleswade's substitutions done for the afternoon. Coventry United have 2 left. Free kick played across, Archie Bales flicking it out off the head. So a throw just up from the Biggleswade penalty area. It's with Axel Ampadu. McKenzie has a great ball for Ryan. He takes it all the way to Roscoe. Biggleswade's lead is restored. Could Roscoe have closed down the number 9 and cut off the avenue of approach? Question for another time, perhaps. But Taylor Riney makes it 2-1 to Biggleswade United. He celebrates with the Biggleswade supporters. And on the halfway point of the second half, United have got to do all the hard work all over again. Coventry United 1, Biggleswade United 2. Well, a goal really against the run of play for Biggleswade United. They have been by far the second best team in this second half, but maybe United left themselves a bit too much to do before the break. There's still plenty of time though, still 22 minutes to go. McKenzie, Andrews, and Riney's through again. Riney off the post. Coventry United asleep at the back. After all that early pressure in the second half, they've invited Biggleswade in twice, but thankfully this time they aren't punished. Crover looking for Karabo Motsveni. He will get there and in space too. Now he's closed down by Axel Ampadu and Love waiting in the penalty area. Motsveni cutting in, shoulder to shoulder with Ampadu. Jack Bowden may be setting himself for the strike. Bowden flashes past the post. But Bowden not afraid to give it a go. Donaldson's gone down again, and that's surely got to be the end of his afternoon at Butts Park Arena. A big blow for Coventry United with the game against Spinks coming up on Monday. They're already questioning whether Agambiade and Nduna will be fit. It looks now that Donaldson could be a doubt as Aaron Addy is ready to come on. So Tyler Donaldson replaced by Aaron Addy in the second change for Coventry United. It's a sad end to his home portion of the season for Tyler Donaldson. He has been fantastic, especially the second half of the campaign. And Aaron Addy is on for the Red and Greens, filling in defence. It looks like he will be fitting in at right back where Donaldson was. Motsveni. And thumped into the blue and white seats emphatically by Cade Stevens-Abbey. 20 minutes ago here on CUTV. Coventry United 1, Biggleswade United 2. And Bales told to take the throw a little further down. Bales will take it short to DeVoyle. Covered up by Andrews. Bales does well. It's deflected off Crowe and Motsveni. And Love squared it. It's behind Yawley. Bowden there, as is DeVoyle. And DeVoyle will go for the spectacular. Doesn't quite find it. But it had Hudson scrambling. Hudson. Headed on by Brian and Love. Safely back with Hudson. Closed down by Yawley. And Prifty was first to it. Lobs it up. And the bounce falls kindly for Karabo Motsveni. He's got Prifty with him. And a tricked way past Ampadu. Header as far as Brian and Love. Kicked up by Andrews. Kai Andrews and Riley surely offside. Indeed he is. He was level with the CUTV camera. The defender was left of us, so there's only one result. And complaints from Jamel McKenzie, but it was exactly the right decision. I'm not sure what he's complaining about. Crover. Straight onto the head of Ampadu. All the time in the world to deal with that one. Brings it to feet. And McKenzie looking to beat Crover. Loses that battle. Good strength on show by Crover. Prifty looking for the 1-2. Motsveni. Ampadu down on the ground. Manages to get his foot to it and slides it again back on his feet on Renato Prifty for a Coventry United throw midway into Biggleswade territory. Left-hand side of the field, Archie Bales. Here's Renato Prifty. Turns away from the challenge. Prifty to Motsveni. Oh, taken out. Well, the sheer strength of Andrews. Thumped upfield only as far as Aaron Addy at right back for the Red and Greens. Roscoe to Crover. Bale sure, but Crover looking for Motsveni. And his arm held by Ampadu. The referee says no foul. And Motsveni had the frame of mind to just tap the ball out before Milo Keane could do anything with it. So just in front of the CUTV camera, 10 yards into Coventry territory. Biggleswade still holding that 2-1 advantage following the second goal from Riney. Ampadu looking for an option in blue. Milo Keane. Ampadu. Into the midfield it goes. It's poked on by Jack Bowden. In return will come to DeVoyle. Both times it's Gorge on that Coventry United ball. Here's Stevens-Abbey. Will Andrews be able to bring it down? Andrews, he does. Was back to goal. McKenzie setting himself with a strike. He's got the defence in front of him trying to trick his way through. Swinging a miss by Addy, but the ball to Riney. Rolls out for a goal kick. Disappointing end to a menacing move for Biggleswade. Aaron Addy. Motsveni runs into the path of Inskip, the number 4. Andrews crowded out in the midfield. Motsveni, now there's space for Bales to utilise. Trip from behind by Ampadu, free kick Coventry United. And a yellow card for Axel Ampadu coming up, I believe. And there's been a goal at Old Trafford. In the words of DX Connor West, suck it, it's 3-2 Coventry to Manchester United. And it's a hat-trick for Cristiano Ronaldo. Hey, see, he's not laughing now. "15 minutes to go at the Butts Park Arena, so every chance Coventry United can get a result out of this. It's going to be an in-swinger from Riley DeVoyle. And Love's in there. It's towards Bond. Love cushions it down. Bowden 2-2! And Love at the heart of the action again. And you have to say, Jack Bowden's incredible display has earned a goal. From the moment he stepped across that white line, Jack Bowden has been a difference maker. He's struggled with injury over the last couple of months. Who knows what United could have achieved with Bowden in the team over the last few weeks. That's just a little hint of it right there. Jack Bowden makes it 2-2 for Coventry United at the Butts Park Arena with 14 minutes to go. Well, what a game this has been. I'm having to catch my breath after that. Ampadu just gets ahead of Motsveni United immediately on the attack. Bouncing ball towards Chris Roscoe, who snatches it from the chest of Milo Keane on the fringes of his penalty area. And Love had the shirt of Inskip, and the referee has indeed called it for a free kick in the centre circle. I think that's a fair call from the man in black. Butts Park Arena, not always the easiest place for referees to come, I might say. And I'm not too sure how fast that Stephen Zabby thought that Ampadu was, but he's no Usain Bolt. That's going to be a goal kick. Here's Riley DeVoyle, cushions it back to Crover. Back to Roscoe, closed down by Kai Andrews. That's composure on show from Roscoe, finds Ray. And now Aaron Addy can get those legs kicking, although he's closed down by Riney from behind. Junior Yawley skips away from Hyde. But he's eventually caught up by the left back and funked out that ball by Gorge, centre-back. The highlights of tonight's match between Coventry United and Biggleswade United can be found on YouTube tomorrow. YouTube.com/Coventry United, the place you found all of your footage this season, and you'll find commentary and highlights of the last two games between Spinks and Ainsbury in the next week or so. Mackenzie. The pressure there, United trying to crowd Biggleswade out. Biggleswade with a real hit and run second. You could argue that Coventry United should be leading this match, but football only cares about the scoreline, not the performance. You don't get points for what could have been, you get points for what is. Ray. Well, you can see what he was looking for there. Yawley the target on the right side, but overhit from Ray, to say the least. 11 minutes to go. The last time we were at the Butts Park Arena this season. Slightly uncertain future for the Red and Greens, but prospective new chairman Lewis Taylor making a statement yesterday. Motsveni into the area, Prifty. He was just a yard behind that ball as Michael Hudson collects. the promise shown in this young Coventry United team is evident. There's some real talent here. We hope to see a lot of these youngsters in and around the United squad next year, when Coventry United will hopefully be in with a chance of promotion again. Mackenzie, bringing from the side. Andrews collects. Iris dropping a little deeper following those substitutions. Now Milo Keane. Biggleswade going all out for this victory, bringing on attacking substitutions. They have to win today. Prifty, slide by Andrews. He got the ball. DeVoyle slides in on Keane. It's only as far as Andrews again. There's space on the right side for Axel Lampadu. Biggleswade giving it everything they've got as they battle for survival. Jockeying with Archie Bales. Montvetti blocking the path. Now it's down line with Irish. Connor Inskip. That's a perfect through ball down the left-hand side for Hyde, who got the goal scoring started. Runs it over the line. That's a goal kick and a massive, massive disappointment for Biggleswade as Archie Bales goes down now. And also a possible thigh problem. Well, the last change Coventry United had is that of James Dunn, who can play at left back. And Dan White is indeed going to be called over. Well, as we reach the final 10 minutes of the home season here at the Lutz Park Arena, we'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the Red and Green Army, everyone who has tuned in to Coventry United this season. You really have been incredible, whether you've been at the ground, tuned in on CUTV, home or away. We could not have done it without you. Thank you very, very much for your support this season, and we look forward to seeing you next year. And again, a thank you to Roy Eden and Conor West, as well as Jeff Bennett, the Coventry United media team. When they're here, I must add. Last week, I did it all on me lonesome. Jeff and Conor were in Sunderland. I don't know where Roy was, but he was sunning himself somewhere. Oh, Man City have got one back. Jack Grealish in the 47th minute. So it's 3-1. Well, remember, it was a half-free kickoff. So it's Archie Bale still receiving a bit of treatment there. Well, Bales looks set to continue. He's back on his feet, and he's, of course, due to the intervention of Dan White, he will have to leave the field until the referee calls him back on. Just give him a chance to have a quick drink. Crover long ball and cushioned out by Axel Lampadu. 10 yards into Biggleswade territory. Still chance of a win for both sides as we have 7 minutes to go. The throw from Bell straight ahead of Ampadu, but Biggleswade can't maintain possession. Prifty, and he's found Yawley perfectly there. Junior Yawley playing an unconventional right midfield role today. It's in by Addy, and Love's up there, couldn't get anything on the ball, and now Milo Keane looking for a route out of danger. Just keeps it in on the touchline. Ampadu. Keane again. Shoulder to shoulder with Prifty and blocked off by Archie Bales. Now Motzveni cutting in from the left-hand side. Brian Love wants it. Looking to sit it through for Love. Deflection off Stevens Abbey. He finds Bowden on the edge of the area. In from the right. Jack Bowden covered off. Roy DeVoyle trying to dink it in into the hands of Hudson. They're trying everything they can, Coventry United. The spirit, the guts of this team has to be commended. Well, we're going to name our man of the match in just 1 minute here on CUTV. Plenty of players up for it. Addy. Ray gets it into relative safety, but it is claimed by Irish. Riney. Cutting off the approach of Mackenzie. And Prifty caught on the way through by Connor Inskip. Well, it is now time to name our CUTV man of the match. Myself and Connor Weston, I assume Roy Eden, are all in agreement with a goal and an assist. It has to be Brian and Love. Beautiful ball to Bales. And the control was heavy. Keane keeps it in, curls it out off the touchline. And that's going to be a throw for Coventry United, level with the penalty area. Devoyle. Bales wants it back. Prifty. That was a brilliant save, that. Junior Yule looking for his first Coventry United goal. Would have found it if it wasn't for a superb parry with the left hand from Michael Hudson, keeping his side level. Prifty. Here come the red and greens again. Devoyle in central midfield, diverted away by Ampadu, more central than we're used to seeing him. Milo Keane, and Crover does brilliantly to cut across. Crover was probably the runner-up for man of the match here on CUTV. Along the left-hand side, Irish first to it, but the challenge from behind by Karabo Motveni forces Irish into such. These Coventry United players really showing what they're about today. Less than 4 minutes to go. Still all to play for. Headed on by Irish. Mackenzie. Now Andrews. He's got Riney to his left. Mackenzie to his right. Here is Mackenzie. Jamal Mackenzie. And it's gone all the way out for a throw. And the ER chants are out again. Level with their own box. It's going to be Aaron Addy hoofing it upfield. Who can he find? And Love's up. And Love gets enough on it. Junior Yawley beaten to the punch by Irish. Now Andrews, pressure from behind by Devoyle. Kai Andrews, was he caught? Yes, he was. The Biggleswade faithful on the far side, backing their boys, as are the Red and Green Army in front of the CUTV camera. Taylor Riney standing over the ball. Option on the left-hand side is Keane for the cross. He's going to go direct, though, towards Gorge. Oh, whatever Biggleswade were looking for, it's not what they found. Straight out for a Coventry United goal, taken quickly by Roscoe. They want the win just as much as Biggleswade. It may not have as much of an impact on the table as it would for Biggleswade, but United want to end their season at the Butts Park Arena with 3 points. Hyde scoops it up. Yawley's all over him, Junior Yawley. Challenge from Hyde. Final touch off Yawley. It's a throw-in. Level with their own penalty area for Biggleswade. Devoyle with the interception. Prifty, there's acres of space for Archie Bales. What can Bales do with it now? Motveni's with him. Archie Bales going for goal himself. You can't blame him for taking a chance, but he couldn't cash out on that opportunity.